Another day, another skate park. We are in St Andrews, which is famous for its university. It's got one of the most famous universities in the world, St Andrews University, which if you're a royalist is interesting because it's where Prince William met Kate. I am not a royalist. It's also home to the world famous St Andrews golf course, which is famous for the old course, which features in the PGA. I'm also not very interested in golf. The reason I am here is because St Andrews got a new skate park at the end of last year. I've not had a chance to try it out yet because the weather was shocking, but I am here today and first impressions are really impressive. It's nicknamed Spider Park because it's in a public park called Spider Park. There used to be an old skate park here, but it became a bit, well, it was always rubbish. It was just tiny little decrepit ramps that were rusting away. And this one has got some quite interesting features. It's divided up into two sections. There is a plaza section which has various ledges. It's got a nice fat handicap flat bar, handicap rail. It's got a kind of long flat ledge, a down ledge, and it's got a nice long and down handicap rail. In addition to that, there is a bunch of ramp features. There's a kind of semi-decent low quarter pipe. There's this nice kind of curved half moon quarter pipe as well. There's also a bowl section, which has got various kind of features. It's got a kind of half moon ramp style thing. It's also got a little bowl part. It's got some coping that transitions down. It's also got some additional features. Some people have put some ramps and some little kind of P-rails, square ones and round ones. And there are also some kind of odd design choices. There's quarter pipes that just lead into grass or into rough ground. Diggle, come here. Come here. Come here, sit down, sit, sit, sit. There's also a few odd design features. There's a ramp behind me that just leads into rough ground for absolutely no reason. And there's a ramp over there that just leads into grass. So you either just drop in and roll into the grass or have to run in off the grass to skate the quarter. It doesn't really seem to serve much point. It would have made more sense to just kind of put a guard fence on the edge of the platform so people can't fall over. But regardless, I'm going to skate here for a couple hours, try and get a bunch of tricks and then go for an explore around St Andrews with this guy, get him a good walk. But first, I'm going to try and get some clips here. Diggo's trying to get my attention if you didn't notice. There's also a very random golf ball just positioned in the middle of the park in homage to St Andrews golf course. Are you wanting attention? Is that what you're trying to tell me? He's wanting attention. We're going to try and get some footage here, have a little bit of fun, burn off some energy, and then go for a big dog walk because he's clearly telling me he wants entertained. But first, let's see what we can get. So just get done at St Andrew's skate park, and the first thing I noticed is what a nice location it's in. It is right next to a park or a big bit of grass where loads of people come to walk their dogs. So Dougal had loads of dogs to play with. He was having a great time there, which also kept him entertained while I tried to skate. Some people came along for lunch or just to hang out, and Dougal decided to bark at them because obviously it was his grass now and he wanted to know what they were doing on it. It's right next to a bowling green as well, so it seems to be in a really nice area. My only complaint about the location is there's not a shop nearby. In order to get a drink or something to eat, I had to go about 10-15 minutes to get a coffee, so that was a bit annoying. But the university grounds are just about a 15-minute walk away as well, so you can go there. There's some street spots. In terms of the park itself, it has got an unbelievable amount of obstacles. It has got so many, it's unreal. It's got flat rails, it's got along and down rails, it's got flat ledges, it's got down ledges, it's got mobile ramps, it's got quarter pipes, it's got curved quarter pipes, it's got a bowl section, a jump box, flat banks, so many different things. My favourite obstacles to skate were the along and down rail. I was really enjoying doing stuff on that. Also really liked the flat P-rail, because you don't tend to see quite so many fat ones like that in skate parks, although I did get caught out on a top acid, which was my first grind of the day, and to make it even more embarrassing, a young couple were walking past with their dog and looked at me like I was an absolute crazy person, so I had to kind of shrug off the fall as if it didn't hurt. It definitely hurt. Another great thing about the park is a large portion of the plaza area is in the shade, so on the rare occasions like today in Scotland where it got quite sunny and quite hot and us very pale people are at risk of getting sunburn, you can just go and hide out in the shaded area and skate there for a bit and cool down and not get burnt. And as I've said that, it's just become a little bit cloudy again, obviously because it's Scotland. Quite a funny thing happened while I was here. There was no one else skating here. I had the whole park to myself. And then a BMXer showed up just before the end, but he didn't actually come in and ride the park. He just stood at the side and watched me for a few minutes. And after a while, I turned around and introduced myself and was like, is there a reason you're not riding the park? And he said he was in shock because I was the first rollerblader he'd seen skate in the park, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing. Although he was really friendly, said he had no issue with people waxing the place up and that it actually made it better to ride, so that was quite good. And he said that there's actually only about 6 skateboarders and BMXers in St Andrews, and more often than not when he goes there, there's usually only a handful of people there. He said the most people he's ever seen at the park is 10 people, and that's been on the weekend when people have come from out of town. So if you want a quiet place to skate or learn or hang about with your friends, you could even have a barbecue at the side of the park or just hang out afterwards. The sun's come out again. St Andrews is the perfect location. It's also a really picturesque part of the world. There's loads of canals and places to walk. You've got the beach nearby. So yeah, great place to come. The only complaint I've got about the park is the bowl section. It's fine if you're skating it clockwise, you can go around and do lines, but if you're skating anti-clockwise, it's kind of awkward to build up speed. And the platform on top of the bowl section is really narrow, and on the other side it's got rough ground and grass. And a couple of times I went over the side. Shit. And it's fine if you're rolling onto the grass, but there's a very realistic opportunity for you to roll onto the rough concrete, slide and just get skin grafted to bits. So I would say the weak point of the skate park is definitely the bowl section, but it is all very well constructed. All the coping sticks out on top. There is a ton of obstacles. So if you like skating street style obstacles, you're in luck. If you want to learn transitions on the quarters and stuff like that, it's also really good. So yeah, I would say St Andrews Skate Park's a bit of a hidden gem. It's one of the best skate parks I've skated this year. It's definitely up there with Maybole Skate Park and Moodiesburn Skate Park. So once again, St Andrews, thumbs up from me, well worth a visit. I just want to give a giant shout out to my Patreon supporters. They are listed on the screen now. If you enjoy the videos on the YouTube channel and you want to see a bunch more, there's loads on the Patreon that aren't on the YouTube channel, and you can join for as little as £3 a month. and it would be supporting this channel and very much appreciated. Let me know what you think of the park, let me know what you think of the video. If you want to see more skate park reviews, let me know, and yeah, speak to you guys soon.